Awesome.
Welcome, everybody. Say hello to Crosby Moresco for Farmhousehemp. They are producers, organic farmers in Colorado for the Farmhousehemp products. They have a full spectrum CBD oil products that goes from the droppers to honey, which I am really looking forward to taste. And also we have the pet drops. So you guys serve the whole family. Welcome, Crosby. It's a pleasure to finally see you, meet you in person, and we're honored to have you here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Love to, share with you all a little bit about Farmhouse and what we do. So thank you for having me.
So now that you said what you do, let's talk about how does the idea of Farmhouse Hemp was born? What is this?
Sure. So Farmhouse Hemp started, myself and my partner Kelsey and my partner Lucas. We saw a lot of gaps in the cannabis industry, not only on THC side, but also on the CBD and hemp side. And we really didn't like what we were seeing out on the market. We were seeing a lot of gaps in education, a lot of gaps in the way we're processing and extracting the CBD. So Farmhouse Hemp evolved really when we saw what was out on the industry and out on the market, and we did not like what we saw. A lot of companies and a lot of the CBD was being produced with solvents and chemicals. And in our mind, this is a wellness product, and
Yes.
we need to treat this as a wellness product. And that means, from starting the plant and growing it to extraction and processing, it all needs to have that wellness in mind. So that's where Farmhouse Hemp started. Was we saw the gaps, and we felt that we needed to fill those gaps.
That's interesting. I mean, in your website and even the product description, you guys talk about hand heat pressed.
Yeah.
So what is that process exactly? I mean, you guys take it by hand and squeeze it? I mean, what is it?
Yeah. So this is, a very new way of extracting in the CBD world. There's not many people doing it. And so what we do and what we found is, like I was saying, a lot of companies are using, CO2, ethanol. Some of the other ones are using butane and hexane and pentane. Again, solvents and chemicals to extract that CBD. We thought that, there's got to be something else out there, a way to extract the CBD without using these solvents and chemicals. And that's where we came up with the rosin press. So what we do is we take our organic grown hemp right here in Colorado, and we put it under heat and pressure. Now what this is it's a machine that puts it under lots and lots of pressure, under 2 metal plates to be exact.
Wow.
And so we're depending on the strain and the variety of the hemp, we go with different temperatures. But the one thing that we make sure we never do is go above the point where we're going to boil off terpenes or degrade the cannabinoids. So we're always going to press at a temperature that's still allowing for the most full spectrum and beneficial CBD extract. And what we also found is by just using heat and pressure to extract, we found this is an extremely sustainable way to extract CBD. So we're not left with hazardous waste or stuff that we have to put into the landfill. We're left with a compostable, biodegradable waste. And that was huge for us. And again, a gap that we saw in the industry was, this environmental and sustainable aspect. So that was a way, we thought this pressing was going to not only create a wellness product that didn't have any chemicals or solvents, it's all natural, but it also was really good to the environment and made our environmental impact a lot smaller.
Well, you just answered my next question, because my next question was going to be, so what do you do with the leftovers? Because you extract the oils, of what happens? Now you said it actually becomes a compost that goes back as maybe fertilizer for your plants again?
Great question. So once we're done squishing the hemp, we're left with it's a chip. It's essentially a rosin chip. And what we can do with this is we can break it down, and we actually put it into it's like a big pressure cooker, and we put our organic MCT oil in there, or for those of you who don't know, that's a medium chain triglyceride or fractionated coconut oil. Coconut oil that doesn't solidify at room temperature. This happens to be a very nice carrier for CBD. So what we do is we put our rosin chips, we kind of break them up, and we put them into this cooker, and we again use heat and pressure and to further extract the rest of the CBD out of that chip. And what we've created is our pet line out of that.
Oh.
So because it has a little more chlorophyll and it's a little more earthy tasting, we add organic beef flavoring, and that becomes our entire pet line. So
Wow.
what we found, we're able to take our waste, those rosin chips, further extract more CBD, and we're left with our pet line. And then what's left is this kind of mash, if you will, and that we just throw right into the compost, and we have zero waste. So
Wow.
it's really cool what we do with that. We're actually trying right now to find ways to feed it to chickens, goats, horses, cows. Of course, we're working with the Department of Agriculture with that, and we're still not there as far as allowing that to happen. With all the compliance and issues that go on with that. But we are working on creating, a feed with hemp that we can take this waste and, again, make more use out of it.
So you guys are using the plant 100%.
100%. There isn't a thing that
100%.
goes to waste. And that is something that's really important to us.
And is this like the plants are a whole year production, or you are cycling? I mean, I consider myself a little farmer. I have a garden. So I have my own garden, and I know kind of the cycles of stuff that I can grow and what I can get during summer, what I was going to get during winter, and little tiny things.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a farm, but I have a few plants that I can, use and cook at my kitchen. So I know what's coming for the next couple of months. So what is it for you guys? I mean, it's a whole year production. You have cycles. What is it?
We have one season where we grow our hemp in Colorado. And so we're going to get one harvest out of the season. And, with Farmhouse, that's one thing that we're very conscientious of is we want to be small batch where we're able to control the quality of the hemp. When we start growing at really large scales and have satellite farms and grow too quick, what we found is we really lose the quality. Sourcing the seeds and the genetics and the clones and making sure that everything's the same and the efficacy of the hemp plant is the same can become a huge issue. So we prefer to stay small and to really keep it to one season and we really watch our growth, and we make sure that we're not just going to get into every store and just see the shiny penny and go everywhere. We're really intentional about how we grow and where we want to place ourselves in the industry. We don't want to be the Walmart of CBD.
Oh, no.
We want to create really high quality CBD products with really high standards. And we found to do that, you have to have complete control of your crop. And that means having sometimes a smaller crop. So we have one crop, one harvest, and that seems to do very well for us.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe you, and I understand the recipe. I mean, we have a say in my country that translated to English will be that too many spoons inside of the pot will damage the recipe, something like that. So I totally understand the concept, and I am so happy that I have the opportunity to partner with you guys to promote your products, because I do believe in this type of products. I actually come from the Dominican Republic, where for us, to be really honest with you, there's a lot of taboo regarding the hemp plant.
Sure.
There's a lot of it. I mean, there's an educational component that over there haven't reached, and I will say for all Latin America, haven't reached the level of understanding that this is a miracle plant that has nothing to do with, recreational services is recreational services, but I've been learning through the years and through my own use that it just nourishes my nervous system.
You couldn't have said it better. And absolutely. And that's, one of the things that Farmhouse Hemp is trying really hard to do is bridge that education gap and help remove the stigma and really show people that wellness is the value here. And, it's not the shiny penny. It's not, like you said, the recreational side of things. And, we're not here to get high. We're not here to alter our state of minds. We're here for wellness, and we're here for, to help our bodies and find that homeostasis that, we're looking for.
Yeah, I try it myself as for sleep. At nighttime, it just moves me. And when I'm traveling, which I do that a lot, so I normally take a drop in the morning before even jumping into the airport. And my travels are very different. I tend to get very anxious on the plane. I don't like the takeoffs and downs. I'm not a fan of roller coasters, put it that way. So I'm not a fan of roller coasters. So the CBD oil really, it does something. It just calms me. It's just like I feel calm. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel stressed. So I keep recommending it to people. I keep saying to people, look, this really works, because I'm using it. And I'm gonna, just tell my age, but becoming 45, I'm getting into that point where this premenopause hot flashes are coming in.
Sure, absolutely.
And it's been a blessing to have this along my side.
That's fantastic to hear. And we hear these stories all the time, and, it helping people. And, what we learned too is that, a lot of people ask the question, well, how does CBD help me with, sleep at night, but it also helps me stay focused in the morning? How, a lot of people have that question, like, well, how does CBD do everything? And, there's a really great answer about this. It's actually that, CBD doesn't do this. Our body's doing this. And all of our bodies, every single human on this planet, has an endocannabinoid system, which means our bodies need cannabinoids. They need CBD to regulate. So what we find is when we take the CBD, the CBD actually isn't doing anything. The CBD is signaling our body to create the homeostasis. So that's the answer there when people ask, well, how does CBD help me sleep? When you take CBD, your body's going to say, oh, you need to sleep right now. And it's going to send those signals to, your brain and your nervous system, and let you know that it's, sleeping is what your body needs. So that's the really cool way about CBD. It helps your body tell your body what needs to happen. And I think that's the really cool thing about CBD.
It's really interesting what you just said. It's really interesting because normally, when you go to therapy or when you go to a holistic professional, not necessarily a regular doctor, they normally tell you, listen to your body. Like, pay attention to what your body is asking you for and listen to it. And what you're basically saying is that the CBD is going to help me really understand the message that my body wants to give me.
Absolutely, Sorabel. Absolutely.
It sounds amazing. I mean, and now I'm connecting the dots, and I'm like, wow, this is really goes one with the other.
Absolutely, it really does. Our bodies have this system, and we need the cannabinoids. And that's why I think the hemp plant, like you said, it is the magical plant, and it is something that we need to help educate people and understand that this is something that our body craves and it needs. So absolutely.
I jumping from there to what your product line is. I know that you have the tinctures with the mint flavor, and I know that you have the pet drops with the beef and other flavors. Why honey?
Great question. And so honey is actually what we started with. And, like I said, one of the reasons we started was to bridge the gaps. And one of the gaps we saw as Farmhouse was, how do we make hemp and CBD approachable to the people who, have the stigma or might be a little nervous about starting CBD or hemp or anything like that. And we found that honey was a really nice, approachable way for people.
It is.
CBD. For your grandma or someone who loves tea or toast in the morning or at night, this is a nice way for them to combine the honey into their normal daily routine. And it's still sweet, and it's not too hemp tasting, or it's a very approachable way. And so that's why we started honey. It's to help the people who might be a little nervous or intimidated by the tinctures and the drops and things where a lot of people who are into the cannabis aren't very nervous about.
Mm-hmm.
The honey is for the people who would like to maybe try it and or maybe a little nervous to try it. And so the honey was a less intimidating way to receive CBD.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually very curious about it. It's one of the things that I'm like, I'm getting that. I am getting that because I am very curious about it because normally I do have I don't like to take medicine. So I'm one of those persons that a strong taste, I'm like, ew, this tastes like medicine, and I will not drink it. Like, I will not drink it. And I have tried, the CBD with the mint, and it's not that pleasant. Or the tincture has like a very strong herbal, earthy taste.
It does.
That is like I'm eating a plant or a root. And it's like I'm very curious about the honey. I'm like, this might be my jam. This might be fine because it might help me. What do you mean?
And I think that's exactly right. And the honey, another part about the honey is it's raw Colorado wildflower honey. So maybe not for where you're at, but for our local customers and our community, this can help with seasonal allergies and really help supporting local farmers and apiaries in our area. So, we are very proud of the fact that we can source our honey locally right down the road from us. And it can help the community, with allergies and help supporting local products and sourcing ingredients locally.
I have allergies 9 months of the year. I mean,
There
the
you
only
go.
time that I don't have allergies is during summer. But other than that, I am during spring and fall. I am a person that is under 20. I mean, that's it.
Sure.
So I definitely will try the honey in the mornings with my tea. I'm looking forward for that, for real. So where the idea of the salves and the skin products came along? Like, how you guys get to that?
Yeah, so we had so our honey was actually our first product that we introduced to the community and to our friends and family, and we got such a great feedback that from there we decided, okay, what does what feedback did we get? What are the needs out there, and what do people, how do people want to take CBD? And one of the large ones we found is that a lot of people have specific areas on their body with inflammation, pain, and they wanted a way to directly and specifically go for that area. So that's where the salves and topicals came into play. We made it a salve or a topical for that specific reason, to help people, someone with a bad back can take that CBD and place it right on their back. And we actually have a flavor called, it's a cayenne eucalyptus.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that one.
So the capsaicin in that cayenne is really good for that, anti-inflammatory aspect.
Does it produce heat?
It does, yeah. You're gonna get it's our version of an icy hot or a tiger.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, is something like that?
Yeah, it's absolutely, and there is a lot to say about the cayenne and the heating, and then the eucalyptus and the cooling. These are going to help your body, and in conjunction with that CBD, really help with any inflammation or pain you might have. So we brought the salves on as a way for our customers and our friends and family to apply CBD to specific parts of their body that might be causing some discomfort. And what's really cool is we source the same beeswax from the same people we get our honey from. Wow. So again, supporting our local businesses and local farms, and keeping all the ingredients and ethically sourced and sustainably sourced. So it's,
you guys are the perfect definition for a wellness entrepreneurial company. Seriously, you guys are being sustainable. You have a great product that is dedicated to wellness, and at the same time, you're helping sourcing the community.
Absolutely.
That's great. That's great. So it's an amazing, and I believe your journey, guys, have been, interesting to say the least, right? Yeah. So what is it? What is that keeps you guys going and, saying this is worth it? We're on the right track. We are really doing this. This is because the entrepreneurial life is hard, and it's not easy. Every day there's a new challenge. Every day there is like this new dynamite that explodes, like in the Roadrunner and the Coyote cartoon. So I'm just, I like to ask these questions to people because it's very nice to talk about wellness and recommendations and all those kind of things, but when it comes to take care of ourselves as entrepreneurs, as business owners, or as persons, we tend to just slack on that. So how you guys manage that? How do you manage that? What is that thing that keeps you strong and going?
Great question. Like you said, the trials and tribulations of, owning your own business and navigating, the entrepreneurial lifestyle and what it takes is, it's exhausting. Like you said, the roads to, there's so many barriers to entry, and, we're not the top dogs with this large investments, and, we don't have tons of capital to just go throw money at every problem. We're working through problems and, really bootstrapping and trying to make this work. And one thing that keeps me going, and I think I have a pretty unique situation, is I was actually diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at an early age. And for those of you that don't know, cystic fibrosis, it's a hereditary disease that creates my mucus, and I create a lot of excess and thick mucus in my lungs. And what that does is it creates a breeding environment for bacteria. So I get very sick. My immune system is weakened. My lung function can go. It varies, but it can go very low. So I have a lot of issues with my own health. And what I found is while there are cystic fibrosis medicines out there that really do help me, they have a lot of side effects and can cause a lot of issues. And what I found is that CBD can really help to relieve a lot of those things. The sleep, the helping me eat, the nausea. I found a quality of life with CBD that was really, really amazing. So that's what keeps me going, is knowing that there's a lot of people out there with stories, maybe not exactly like mine, but are similar to mine, where this changes lives. And knowing that it does for me personally in my specific story, I know it's doing it for other people. And, getting those confirmations and emails saying, my daughter with epilepsy, isn't seizing, or, my dog that has hip dysplasia that wasn't able to jump on the couch for 5 years is jumping on the couch.
Wow.
These stories really resonate with us, and it really help push us and let us know that, we're doing this for the right reasons. We're not here for the shiny penny and the CBD buzzword that seems to be going around a lot right now. We're here for, the people. We're here for, myself and, how it helps me and how it can help other people. So, the story, it hits really close to home with me, especially with my health. So CBD, it was a really good fit for us, and the passion was there.
I am touched. Thank you so much for sharing that with me and with all of us. And I am so happy to know that you have found an alternative that is allowing you to have a better quality of life, which is important in all senses of the way, especially as coincidental today is the World Mental Health Awareness Day. So there you go. It's something that finding quality of life is not only about, getting well in your body. It's actually also as a whole, your whole well-being. And you just gave an amazing example of what that means. Crosby, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the opportunity for us, Punta Cana Wellness, to partner with you guys and being able to be part of your distribution, be part of that, taking that gap, getting closer and closer to close it and give people the education and the information. It's been a pleasure. I am seriously very touched and grateful at this moment, and this is a gift, and I hope that everybody that is listening to this video blog and watching it feels it the same way. It's a gift. Thank you so much. And if all of you are interested, and I will encourage you to get the products, they are available through Punta Cana Wellness. If you use the PCW10, you get a 10% off. And these guys are going to ship it and send it to you with all the love and wellness, sharing wellness all the way. Crosby, thank you so much. And to everyone else, cheers to wellness.
Thank you so much. Thanks for allowing me to have the voice and share with you all. So thank you.
Thank you.